Welcome to My Hometown, the program that explores clubs, organizations, businesses, and issues across Nassau and Suffolk counties and sheds light on the different towns that are making a difference.
Hello and welcome to My Hometown. I'm Stacy Raine, and today we're going to meet a local Nassau County company that helps people reach financial goals and meet their financial potential. Let's meet Rick Meier, Senior Executive Vice President and Director of Investments at Blue Ocean Wealth Solutions, a Mass Mutual firm. Rick, welcome to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC.
Thank you, Stacy. Happy to be here.
So how did you get into financial management, Rick? Tell me all about it.
So I got into financial management in about 2007. I had worked for a major bank in New York City and was now the parent of two young children and was transitioning my career to something a little more local. And I connected with a friend of ours who introduced me to this career, which happened to be MetLife at the time. Mm-hmm. And I got into sales. They felt and I agreed that my personality made sense to help people in the world of finance. And I started off as a junior salesperson, 35-year-old middle-aged man working a new career, and worked my way up. And in 2010, I met Frank Scalisi, the current CEO of Blue Ocean, and transitioned into management and have been in management supporting his advisors, his client base, and those in Nassau County. So it's been quite a whirlwind. I've been there 17 years now and continue to love the business and the industry, the ever-adapting and changing industry that it is from a compliance and suitability side of it. But I love it. It's exactly where I need it to be.
Well, so tell me, what is financial management? What does that mean?
Financial management encompasses multiple things. One, it's the relationship with people, right? My early career was working corporations and big companies' money, and it seemed very transparent. And working financially with people who have real lives, who have real decisions to make. And not only is it there today, but it's the future, right? Young children going to college, buying a home on Long Island, it can be expensive. How to manage assets, dealing with the ever-changing and the landscape of equities and the markets and what happens with that, all the unexpected events that change their lives. So it's working with people continuously and getting them to their goals, to where they want to be. And as life brings its challenges, we are there to pick up the pieces and give them the right direction so that they are in meeting their financial plans.
Okay. And what is Blue Ocean Wealth Solutions where you work? Is it based here in Nassau County?
So yes, it's in East Hills, Greenvale, on Northern Boulevard. I think Roslyn, the north coast of Long Island. Mm-hmm. And it's about 5 to 10 minutes off of the LIE. We're in a large building, medical building, which was we moved there in 2015.
Okay. And what does Blue Ocean Wealth Solutions do for people?
So Blue Ocean Wealth Solutions, so the genesis of Blue Ocean was a book written years ago called Blue Ocean Strategy. Mm. And the idea was about differentiating. So Frank, our CEO, took that book to heart and changed our name from North Coast Financial to Blue Ocean Wealth Solutions in response to this book, because the book was talking about the differentiating between blue oceans and red oceans. And what red oceans are, not to sound graphic and all, but it's this cutthroat, fighting over the same clients, getting ugly and dirty, and really mucking up the industry, where blue ocean is more cleaner waters, right? Refreshing ideas, doing things differently. And that's where that came from. In fact, Frank has Blue Ocean on his license plate. It's his vanity plate. Wow. And he really has taken it to heart. And we've really instilled that message to not only our advisors, but our clients, this differentiating, right?
Yeah.
Still in-person visits, seeing clients at their homes, having people come to our offices to see face-to-face. I get it, the Zoom world that we're in now, it's much more distance because of the COVID, but it's a nice addition, but it's also reminding people that we still do the face-to-face and want to meet you and see you and feel what's going on in your life.
Right, because it's a personal thing, right? Managing.
Of course. Every personality is different. Everyone's in a different situation. Everyone has the unexpected life events that you can't control. Yeah. So it has to be personalized And we do a really good job of making sure our clients are connected to us and that we really know as much as we need to know about our clients.
And your mission statement is changing people's lives. Can you tell me about that?
Changing people's lives. So we look at it two ways. It's changing the lives of our clients for the better and also changing the lives of our advisors, new, old, so that for one, as an advisor, as you get older and your business becomes bigger, we've adapted teaming. So more advisors are working together with younger people, junior people. Our industry is an aging industry. And our problem as a firm is how do we continue to motivate aging advisors and bring their clients to new, younger advisors. So we brought a lot of teaming. So that's part of the changing on the advisor side locally. But changing the lives of our clients is, like I said before, it's the face-to-face. It's really getting to know someone. It's understanding the dynamics of living on Long Island. And also the beauty of being able to change people's lives. If they move to Florida, we can still connect with them, right? We still have the ability to operate and support them wherever they end up going in the United States.
Right, because people have different goals, right? And so I think one of the things that is your job is to talk with clients about their goals and the things that they want to do and try to help them reach them. Is that correct?
Correct. And goals can be, part of our responsibility, and I think what's a changing force is that a lot of people have these auspicious goals, incredibly unrealistic. So we have to be there and sometimes to be the voice of reason, that it's not always as easy as you think. Hey, I want to retire at this age. It's not necessarily going to work because of the things you can't control. Look at what's happened with inflation and the price of goods and services in this country. And it can have an impact, or the death of someone too soon, right? We pride ourselves in talking about if you live too long or if you die too soon, the two different opposite attractions there.
Yeah, things that are hard to talk about. You guys talk about that with your clients.
No one wants to talk about death, but it's the unexpected in life, whether you're in an accident and you can't work,
right? Or
you lost a loved one who was the breadwinner, or your child decided to go to the most expensive college in the world. It's those things that as a parent or as a family you want to still maintain, but that's what we do, that we're that voice of reason. How do we support that? How do we give them the direction and give them the sound advice that maybe things have to change?
Right.
And that's the part of the changing their lives.
Yeah, and so some people just have kind of gigantic goals. Do you feel like that happens because there's people out there saying you can do X, and you're like,
Well, I think the internet, the world we live in, it's made it, I guess the best way to look at it, very average people can be very, very wealthy and successful in some way, shape, or form. And I think it's connected the world to this idea, and you see the luxury, but the reality of it is that's a very small percentage of the world, and sometimes we have to be humbling.
Yeah.
To set people back and remind them that you don't have an AI company.
Yeah.
You work for a local firm in Long Island.
So you're specializing in tough conversations, it sounds like to me.
It has to be. I mean, part of what we pride ourselves in is knowing our clients well, changing their lives so that they are at least they're guided properly. We talk about guardrails.
Right.
When you're bowling, if you're not that good at it, so the guardrails are there to keep you in the right direction so you don't go in the gutter. So it can be hard, but people appreciate that because we live in this world of just yes, everything will be fine, everything's great. When you first meet with someone and you have a conversation, how you doing? Everything's great.
Yeah.
And the reality of it is it probably not. Something's bothering you. So it's okay to talk to us about that.
Yeah, but it might be nice to know that, you're not going to tell people what they want to hear. You're going to tell them what they kind of need to hear.
Yeah, but it's important to let them know that we're partnering. We're there. We're not going anywhere. Well, the direction might have changed a bit. The winds might be moving a different way.
Yeah.
Where our sails are still set in the same direction.
Yeah, and they've got a partner in you. So you're a Long Island firm. So how do you engage in the local community here?
A couple different ways. So what we've done really well, like I said, Blue Ocean really is family. And our firm has advisors from all walks of life. And from 50, 60 years to 2 or 3 weeks. And what they are doing, we want to support them, whether it's their Rotary clubs that they're working with, B&I groups, especially on the professional side. And then if it's someone dealing with a personal issue, whether it's a death in the family or a cancer situation, Frank, our CEO, as we talked about, his son had leukemia early on. and we've been very supportive of the Leukemia Foundation. My mother, unfortunately, has Alzheimer's. So when there's an Alzheimer's event and we need some people to help with something, a walkathon, we do runs, turkey trots and jingle runs around. So if someone needs support, it's not always about putting money or towards a cause. It may be, hey, my church is doing something, clothing drive, do you mind coming down to help out? So we do a really good job of getting and making people understand that if there's something that they're passionate about outside of this world of sales that we're in, we want to be there if we can to support them.
Yeah. I want to take a minute to remind our listeners that you're listening to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Stacy Raine, and today we're talking with Rick Meier, Senior Executive Vice President and Director of Investments at Blue Ocean Wealth Solutions, a Mass Mutual firm, and we're learning about how to have stronger financial well-being. So you are a Mass Mutual firm. Can you tell me what that means and how that partnership benefits your clients?
Yes. So Mass Mutual is our the mothership. That's our carrier. They are a mutual company, so that's an important distinction, as mutual companies are not beholden to stockholders. So they have been around since 1851. Mass Mutual manufactures certain products, life insurance, disability, annuities, fixed and variable, and have been doing it a long time. And this mutual organization is a lot more driven about results and about the product versus marketing and about the shareholders come first. It's not that way. Now, the beauty of our relationship with Mass Mutual, while they are the contract we're part of through the Mass Mutual organization, we do have the ability to solicit dozens of other carriers. So all the big names out there, we have the ability to use and offer our clients so that we're not just this one shop only.
Yeah.
We do have the ability to solicit other carriers. That makes sense because no carrier company has the perfect list of all products. They focus on certain areas at a certain time for market share, and we have the ability to be agnostic and pick and choose where we see is best fit for our clients, which kind of goes back to the changing our lives of our clients, is that when you speak to Blue Ocean, it's not a Blue Ocean product. It's a Blue Ocean advisor working with Mass Mutual, and if their products make sense, great. If not, there's other avenues out there for our clients.
Right. I've heard you talk a lot about your approach to the people, their advisors, and the people who work at Blue Ocean. Can you tell me what initiatives have you done to foster a positive work environment and establish yourself as the best place to work? I can hear that a lot in what you're talking about.
Yeah, culturally, I think we're a differentiator. We're very unique. As I mentioned, we're very diverse. One of the things that I think separates us is that we're not only a family organization, but we have dozens of family-related teams, whether assistants who are related to the advisor, advisors who have brought on their children, brothers and sisters who work together. So there are upwards of 25 to 30 different relationships of same family, whether they've decided to bring on their child or their grandchild to work in their practice. So that's been a very unique opportunity, and I think that's, for us, important to extend the Blue Ocean way and our power and local drive. And also, we support a lot of local events. We have an annual picnic. We do what's called a Thanksgiving luncheon, where we, in essence, ask everyone to bring a local food. We have people from Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, Ireland, Poland, the U.S., all over, and they bring their dishes. And then we have little signs up, and then we open up our whole building to come and eat and enjoy and break bread. And we pride ourselves in having there's 30 or 40 different countries that are represented.
And so it sounds like a really fun place to work. So in terms of talent acquisition, what qualities or skills does Blue Ocean look for when you're recruiting new team members? So
we look for people who are entrepreneur focused, are looking either career changers, someone who has an opportunity to work with a family member. That's another unique opportunity. We do a really good job of bringing in, referring people locally. So our advisors, our staff, our management team see someone that they think might, like I came into this business as a good fit to join our industry. So we are always looking for, whether they're young or old, people who have a unique personality, who are comfortable in their own skin, who don't look at a career as a place where they're capped in terms of their income. They're capped in where they can focus their attention towards. So that's something that takes time. As a new person, it's it's a learning curve, but all the support around them gives them plenty of opportunities to find success. It's hard. It's a difficult business. But I think as you get through, the proof is in the pudding, where we have advisors who've been doing this for 60 years who still come to the office every day. It's amazing.
I was just thinking that same thing, that I was wondering if your approach to culture and positive work environment, is that affecting the retention? Are you seeing that pay off?
100%. I believe there have been some traditions we've done upwards of 20 years, and I feel as part of the family, people look at this as this is who they are. And I've had some advisors tell me, and staff who've been doing this 20 plus years, that this is what they do. This is who they are. And in this industry in sales, when you're dealing with people, I talked about the blue ocean and I talked about changing people's lives and the culture. It's hard to just say, I'm not going to talk to all these people that I've gotten to know and I've become close with, and we get invited to weddings, and unfortunately people pass on. We're going to shivas and wakes and things of that nature. To just get up and leave is not an easy thing to do, because I think it's the spirituality, it's that cultural connection with people that I think keeps people a long time. And also in our industry, as you build up a practice, it becomes very self-recurring. The revenue streams are consistent. They are recurring, and you build up a quality book of business, and you have lots of clients, and there's a lot of opportunity there. So I think it just proves the point of no one ever wants to leave Blue Ocean.
Yeah.
It's just if you find success and you find that passion and energy, it's not for everybody, but those who find that passion and energy to help people and are comfortable talking to people in difficult situations, as I mentioned before, it's a really lucrative place to work. Yeah,
and I'm betting all that the retention of your advisors, it's trickling down to impact the clients too.
Yeah. Many advisors have told us that not only the best beginning in their career was trying to find clients, going doing all the things, walking the pavement, knocking on doors, kissing babies. And as they've gotten older, their clients have been their referral source. Whether they've had children who are now working, whether they have family and friends that they refer them to. And it's a testament to that longevity of this career, where most careers, when you talk to people about what's the end game, well, I'm going to retire at this age. Why? Well, I'll max out my income, I'll have a pension, that kind of thing. The pension system, as we know, has changed dramatically. Having the ability to continuously help people and work in this field as long as you want is an interesting retirement strategy. Yeah. And it allows you to bring others into your career and your path and say, hey, I built this. I want this to continue with you. You work with the next generation. I've dealt with all the parents and the grandparents. Yeah. And here's your chance to take over. Getting to know entire families, huh? Yeah.
So who are your clients? You said they're often your referral source. Who are they referring to you? Like who is someone who should come to you for financial management?
So we are referred to in a couple different ways, right? I'll give you some examples. Someone who is just had a new child, right, and says, "Well, I hear about life insurance and what's that all about? I need to protect, my new child." Or they purchased a home and they say, "Well, how do I protect that? What kind of insurances do you have?" Or it's more now with the aging population and the baby boomers and this $1 trillion of wealth that are transitioning down the pike. It's retirement planning. It's really a key component of what we do, is to help people not only get to retirement, but while they're in retirement, how do they live off of retirement? So those who are either, I'm self-employed, I have a small business, what do I do? There's no handbook. When you work for a large institution, there's an HR, there's a handbook, and there's benefits, and you kind of go through the channels, and it's all picked out for you. But many people, especially on Long Island, are kind of on their own, and we want to be there to help them, guide them in all their financial decisions.
Excellent. You are listening to My Hometown on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Stacy Raine, and today we're talking with Rick Meier, Senior Executive Vice President and Director of Investments at Blue Ocean Wealth Solutions, a Mass Mutual firm, and we're learning about how to have a stronger financial well-being. All right, so I have a question. I'm curious in terms of examples. Do you have a recent success story? Maybe there was somebody who just wasn't in the best shape financially, came to you, you helped them set goals. I want to hear all about it.
Sure. I'll give you a couple examples. One, I have a client whose child just turned 18. They've been planning for college for the last 17 years, and now this child is going to University of Delaware and needs some of the assets that we've been putting away and stockpiling for college. And just what a relief to talk to someone and say, hey, here's a tuition. Did we plan enough? Yeah, we did. And it's a great way to transition all the hard work and all the savings and all the monies you put away over time and see the fruits of our labor, right? We took some risk. We were in the market. We were in the right tax advantage plan. And that 529 plan ended up being an incredible asset that they didn't have to tap into other resources. A lot of our clients now are retiring and are transitioning into other careers, part-time, but they're able to do that because they were putting away monies. Now the strategy, all right, I've been doing this for my whole life. I've been putting money away. Now I want to spend it.
Yeah.
And what tools do you have in place out there? So we're able to create strategies that I talked about previously. This, if you live too long, we can create income streams that you don't have to worry about the money running out. It's a supplemental income. You want to quit work completely, you have that ability. But if you don't, it's just another asset, another resource. So a lot of good stories of just people who could retire, people who could put their kids through college, people who bought their homes and had the value of the home was $250,000 22 years ago, and now it's worth $1 million. And the insurance that they took out was $250,000, and then they need more because they're protecting a bigger asset, and life was good to them. So we see a lot of that, and we also see on the flip side is, unfortunately, people leave this earth too soon, and then we're introduced to the siblings or the heirs, and we're able to talk to them about unique strategies to help stretch monies in a way that doesn't cause them tax pain, and give them the ability to take mom or dad's money and put it somewhere so that it's still there. And if they need it, they call us, and we're able to deliver it to them if whatever the case may be.
It sounds to me like your primary job is to relieve stress.
There is a lot of that, a lot of stress from the moment.
Yeah.
Whether it's the world we live in and what's happening out there in the markets. Yeah. And I think it's nice, and I've heard this quite often, that when someone picks up calls and dials, and we pick up and we answer and we talk to them, or we come to your house or they come to our office, it's a very distant world we live in. You call it you get anything delivered to your house that you want. Everything is easy, but that personalization is gone. I think when it comes to your assets and the things you love about the most, having people who are there for you, I think it separates us.
And I should have said protecting from future stress. I mean, it sounds like you're just really helping people plan for the things that they want to accomplish. Yeah,
we try. Yeah. We try to give people the sound advice and direction. And when the unexpected comes, that we're there to at least provide some voice or reason.
You mentioned small businesses earlier that, when you're working for a big company, all those things are fixed for you.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit about how you help businesses.
So small business, I'll give you an example. We work with a dental company on the North Shore. Successful practice. He's getting older and his life has sped up, and now he's like, wait a minute, I need to think about the next stage of my life and career. Had a 401k plan with his employees and his staff, and it was really inefficient. He didn't really have any support. We met him through a colleague who was his patient, and came up about what do you do for a living, and the conversation transitioned to what we do, is what we've been talking about today. And hey, I need help. So that help turned into creating a new plan, getting him in the right direction, educating him on how this stuff works. As an owner of a company, you have different privileges from the IRS that allows you to put more money away, as an example. Whereas if you work for a big company, it's different. If you are W-2 employed versus 1099 or self-employed. And it was just eye-opening and educational to him. So we were able to, and then we met all the staff. We met everyone in his office. They hadn't met anybody. They had simple questions like, what's a mutual fund? What should I be in? And I could just see in their eyes and in their voice that it's a dumb question, but they want someone to help answer it.
Yeah. And
being there to answer the dumb questions that they feel is they never had a chance to talk to is, for me, the most important thing we could do for whether it's a small business or it's an individual who works for a big business, that we can answer those dumb questions and give them sound advice.
Yeah. And some of the products you offer, it's life insurance, it's retirement planning. Can you tell me just an overview of the things? If someone comes to you, what are the things that you can help them think about?
So in the life insurance, there's really two types. There's temporary or term insurance, right, for a period of time, protecting an asset like a mortgage. There's permanent insurance, which is what we call it's a diversified, non-correlated asset. It's an insurance plan with cash value inside of it. Very powerful tool, not stock market driven, very little risk. And there's disability insurance. If you're hurt and you can't work. There is long-term care insurance as we are aging and we need care in a facility. There's the ability to provide some protection products around that. Then in the retirement space, there's quite a few different things. You have your traditional investments, your stocks and your bonds and your mutual funds. But we focus a lot on hiring money managers to basket this and provide the investment fortitude and direction, whether you're conservative or risky, in a mix of stocks and ETFs and mutual funds. We do a lot of annuities for insurance purposes, provides income protection. We even have the ability to offer people a product that if they lose money in the market, they actually can get some of it back through a protection tool built inside of it. Then there's the fixed component, right? Fixed interest has become much more appetizing because of this rising rate environment that we've seen. So the downside is high interest rates for lending, credit card rates are higher. But on the other side is you can get money markets, you can see fixed rates in excess of 5%, which for 20 years or so, maybe one if you were lucky. So the dynamics of the world we live in financially, I think, is eye-opening to people because, you and I talked about it from the beginning. The checking account is still viable, it's still important, but it's not a really smart place to park your money,
right?
Because of the inability of banks to give you anything for it. And other tools like money markets have sprung about over the past 2 years since rates have come up that people can quintuple the amount of money they're making in interest, have access to cash when they need it because of people at Blue Ocean are there to deliver money when they need it, bring it back in, invest it in a different place where it's not just, I have a 401k, I left my job, and I want you to put it in all the AI stocks and all the Googles and the Microsofts of the world. It's much more deeper than that, but we do offer all sides of the coin on that.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is you're helping people plan their goals and plan for the future. And how can people contact you?
So they can contact us through our website, blueocean.us.com. There's a list of our advisors, all of the tools we have to offer, our resources, and it's a good place to kind of get the sense of what Blue Ocean really is. Well,
thank you so much for being here. Rick Meier, Senior Executive Vice President and Director of Investments at Blue Ocean Wealth Solutions, a Mass Mutual firm. We appreciate you coming.
Thank you, Stacy. I had a really good time.
I'm Stacy Raine, and I thank you for listening to this week's episode of My Hometown.
We like to get your feedback on My Hometown. Send your comments to WHPC@ncc.edu. Nassau Community College, where success starts and continues. Till next time, this is Bill St. James. And remember, there's no town like your hometown.